Welcome to an episode of The Card Show. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a pod, even though it's just been a week still, because of the content I've put out on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. I think I could do that daily. While this World Cup's been on, it made this feel like it's been a long time since I've done a pod. I appreciate everyone who got in touch regarding the last one. I know I left a lot of things out. It was mainly just the emphasis on that point is you have a camera. If you want to spend a little bit of money, get a mic, or just start recording. Like the more people do content, the better it is, because the more content out there, the more chance of someone finding it, the more chance of getting into the hobby, and so on and so forth. It just helps the hobby grow. Obviously, there's other nuances, and I did talk about the power rig that I have and other stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I'll do an in-depth one another time. But I just want to emphasize that if you have a phone, you can pretty much get a lot of content. Again, mics just help with audio, which is a big part of the content. So yeah. But talking of World Cup, it has been crazy. I mean, I've been someone that's been bitten by the World Cup sort of stickers. I've been loving the content from AAB Skills over in America with Panini. A lot of people now, as of recording this, it is Sunday the 5th, so England haven't played yet. In the middle of, this is half time of Brazil-Norway, so it's 5:10. Yeah, a lot of people are getting the update packs out now, so they've seen the content from that. Keebles, who was obviously on as well the other week, just put out a video with all the pages and the update, what players are in there, all that sort of stuff. I don't know how I feel about this updated scenario. I'm glad all these players are in there, but I don't know if people have the app. In the app, they have like extra players. There's only 2 in each team. Let me just clear my throat. Sorry if I deafened on them with the clear my throat. Yeah, I don't know if it's like 2 of every team, or 2 players of most teams. But I think that's what I would have preferred. Like, this would have been extra sheets as well, so you get a few extra pages you can sort of slide into the book, and it just broke down the team starting from Mexico, like the same way the book does. Just do the teams and add the 2 or 3 players per team sort of thing, as opposed to sticking it over. But no, any thoughts? Do you prefer the sticking over, or do you prefer them to be separate? I haven't ordered yet, but I am. Just realised I did buy. It's behind me. It's still in the box, so you can't tell, because I'm going to do a video opening that as well. But I did buy a box of the 100 sticker packs. They were reduced on Zavvy, Zabby, or I? Is it I? Yeah, it's I, surely. I can't remember how it was spelled. Savvy is an I, right? Yeah, I.com. I'll double check if it's still released on reduced on there. So as of recording this on a Sunday, are they still the same price? Yes, £99. Currently save 25. I'm pretty sure if you've got top cashback as well, the app, there is cashback on it as well. Yeah, only 1%, but 1% better than nothing. Ooh, I have a cheeky little referral link here though. We should just put that in the video. A little QR code or something. But no, they're currently £99 for a pack of 100 stickers. I thought it probably would be the best way for me to make some good headway and hopefully get close to completing the book. For those that don't know, like I said in a previous episode, I've started this sticker book first one in a long time. It would be my son's first sort of World Cup. Yes, he's only 18 months, he doesn't really understand, but his first World Cup. He has a Spain kit and a Portugal kit. 2 places we've been on holiday. We sort of get them the national team kits over like local teams. I don't know why we opted for that. What we did, yeah, we opted to get national team kits. So yeah, I actually bought the Palace England sort of club shirt. The sort of like the training shirt thing, not the other ones. It was finally got on a restock from JD, so I picked that up. It was on one of the shorts. It's the first time, I don't know, the first time I really felt, I don't say patriotic, but really like felt involved or enjoyed the World Cup for a while properly. You know, like wanting to buy a shirt, wanting to buy the stickers, the book. I said I bought the son. He's got the, I think it's size 3 leather casey. He's got a small foam ball again, both World Cup. So yeah, it's been like, I think having a child and the time of the World Cup is really, yeah, really, I feel involved. And again, I think the content as well, like, it's never been so absorbed at usual World Cups, especially when I was a kid. It was just what was ever on TV, you know, maybe get a little, obviously you have to sticker magazines and maybe a few magazines out, but you're waiting, you know, every week, every fortnight for those magazines. So to have constant content is yeah, it keeps it relevant, keeps it on your mind, and you sort of want to go back and watch the games and see these superstars play. And the timings, obviously, barring England, haven't been horrendous. Yes, it's been a game at like 4 in the morning most days or 2 in the morning, but you know, as someone who watches American football, sort of used to these timetables of like a 6, 9, midnight, 2 a.m. You know, never too bad. Never too bad. But again, with all this sort of content and all this sort of draw to World Cup, we're seeing crazy prices for soccer cards at the moment. So it is one of those, if you have any of these stars of the World Cups, or you know, just lying around or in your collection, maybe now is the time to sell. I would advise more to sell than buy right now because there's so many eyes on it. So many, you know. I think I was on, was it either Instagram or TikTok, and just a hashtag. You know, how many searches people looking for like World Cup football, soccer? You know, it's numerous millions. You know, I don't know if this is peak, but again, because it is in the US, a lot of eyes are on this tournament, more so possibly than ever, especially with the more teams and more countries watching it. So yeah, it's definitely a time to be looking, you know, at the cards you've got and looking at the market and seeing, hey, is this profit margin good enough for me to cash in? You know, one of those tools, obviously, market movers. So you know, if you need that sort of assistance, head over to marketmoversapp.com. Use the code Mahomes. You get a 14-day free trial, which will cover you to the end of the World Cup. And if you want to keep it, you get 20% off any package you choose for the rest of your time there, which is amazing. Again, you have 3 different packages. I think the cheapest is like $9.99 a month. So with the 20% off, it's like £8 a month. So bargain if I do say so. I did want to touch or keep talking about the World Cup stuff, also other things I'd like to touch on. But while we're in the World Cup flow, has been kind of a crazy World Cup now because with the hydration breaks and you know will that go into play in Europe at certain places? Like in Spain, will they start implementing hydration breaks? I think VAR's played a decent-ish part. We still in today's game, for instance, we had the Cunha penalty. Obviously, Russ said no. VAR comes, and then this seems to be a slight kick on the ball. A slight contact made with the ball from the defender, but it was given as a penalty. We're seeing a lot of penalties missed. I think that's the 4th in 14 something like that, or 4 in 15. There's, yeah, I think they're saying it's like the 4th, 5th penalty that's been missed and the 15 been taken. And it's all like stuttering, stopping it and stuff like that. No, that's the cause of it, but yeah, that seems to be getting a bit easier to read now by those things. There's been obviously a fairy tale of Cape Verde. I think Norway, I mean, obviously, just looking over now, and it's the 49th minute, almost 50th minute. And yeah, do people think they'll be in this stage? going against Brazil, toe to toe, 0-0 still. Also had a goal disallowed, you know. So yeah, I think as big as Cape Verde have been, I think Norway have been a massive. I mean, obviously people say, "Oh, they've got Haaland." Maybe they said they've got Odegaard. Outside of those two, people are really saying, "Oh yeah, well they've got Oscar Bob." You know, they've got Sanderberg. I don't know if people are really saying that they've got these players that should be, up here as a team. So yeah, a bit of another sort of fairy tale. They played good football. Um, even their sort of second team they played against France. I know they got beat 3-1, but did they miss a penalty as well? I felt they might have missed a penalty. I think Oscar Bob missed. Yeah, they did. Haaland was off. That's right. They missed a penalty, which would have made it 3-2 at the time. I think Oscar Bob missed like a one-on-one, if I remember correctly, or maybe like a through-ball with defender on him. But yeah, and that could have been 3-3, and that was sort of like their second team, their resting players, knowing they'll go through this next round. So yeah, for them to be in the round of 16, I don't know if many people thought that. I mean, this could have been interesting if Cape Verde had beat Argentina and Norway beat Brazil. It would have been an interesting final. But another thing just while I remembered as well is to think about the prices of these Panini stickers on Second Racket. We're seeing with most of the American version, they seem to be getting graded as well quite quickly, and the prices seem to be astronomical. I get it, probably Ronaldo's last, probably Messi's last. But yeah, if you are looking to get these stickers for yourself and you'd like a although rare alternative card, I would advise to just wait. I know you'd like it right now, and it's a fear of FOMO, but the prices are just crazy. Honestly, it just doesn't seem the right time to buy in soccer cards right now, especially if it's someone who's in the World Cup or in the limelight. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts though. Am I way off there? Do you think it's still a good time because there's so much room to grow still? Like after the World Cup, is the US still going to be extremely interested in the next season of Premier League, next season of La Liga? Are they going to be intrigued with Mourinho back at Real Madrid and Mbappe going to have a better year and Jude Bellingham and that sort of stuff? Do you think this continues or do you think it does fall off? I don't know drastically, but I think it's going to have a fall off for sure. Yeah, it's intriguing. Let me know your thoughts. I just thinking a lot of time. It was also saying this. LeBron James is supposed to be leaving Lakers. There's rumors going to Cleveland, here in New York, Minnesota. Opportunity. I mean, yeah. Wherever LeBron goes, that's news, right? So that's going to be big for him. It's going to be big for whoever has cards because it's LeBron. I did like LeBron because I wished he'd retire a Laker. I wish he won more rings there as well, by the way. But hey ho. It's going to be interesting to see what Lakers do going forward now. Obviously, they've invested massively. Was it 4 or 5 new guys come in? Some big money getting thrown around. They sort of kind of provided for Luka, kind of given what he wanted. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because the West is tough. The West is tough. And I'm wondering if LeBron's thinking, "Hey, take me over to the East. We can get somewhere." I mean, I don't think the Knicks have got the money for him, but you add into a team that's just won it, are going to lose a few pieces just due to salary cap. Would you be willing to sort of take a cheaper contract to get that ring? There was rumors of Golden State Warriors as well. I mean, that would have been crazy. But yeah, LeBron James. I mean, how does everyone feel about LeBron James leaving Lakers? Is everyone not bothered? Do you think this is this good for Lakers or bad for Lakers? Is this good for LeBron or is it bad for LeBron? Should he stayed in LA? Carry on with the Hollywood thing, you know, and another Space Jam or stuff like that? Or is this the right time? I'm intrigued. With the news as well as Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift to get married, there is obviously a star-studded event. There's also a lot of former Chiefs and Chief players there. You know, football season's not really hyping up yet. Obviously, we've had the trading camps and stuff like that, so there's a lot of, you know, I say patiently waiting. I mean, there's a lot of time now. I think it's 70 days till we start. Of goodness, thereabouts. So that's going to start hyping up soon, especially leading into the likes of the National Fanatics Fest. It's going to be a very intriguing time to see what happens with NFL, especially quarterbacks, as we know that it's a big money, big business, and when the hype is there for that sort of stuff, it's crazy. We'll obviously have a lot more products out there. Topps have obviously produced four products or so now. Licensed NFL, which have done really well on the second market straight away. Obviously, grading is kind of an issue at the moment, so we've seen a lot of raw cards going through, and the prices are quite volatile, should we say? I've been sort of I don't say a victim, but I've seen this firsthand. I wanted some of the sort of the chrome, the sapphire. I do have a few finest. I actually do have. I just realised I got a lot of them sent over those with my Fishes Fast account. Shout out Fishes Fast. They're probably have an affiliate code for them as well. I just need to unbox that and go through that. To be fair, another one of those videos I've done where I did the last unboxing video, I never released it, so it doesn't say that I'm going to do this one and release that either. But yeah, I've got a lot of the newer stuff. I just thought it'd be nice to have some, quote unquote, first year Topps Chrome, Topps Sapphire, Topps Finest NFL for what is it? Was it 20 years? Am I way off there? Is it 10 years? Yeah, well, I think it's just over 10 years, right? So yeah, I thought it'd be nice to get some, lower numbers. I went a bit higher at first. When it first came out, I was getting like the purple is 75. I think it was purple 75, and the pigskin purple. Just because it was, a reasonable price. So I'm like, okay, $10, $15. I don't really mind too much. But then also I could pick them off like $5, $7, and then I was seeing gold come down in price because it was 50. So I was like, okay, I'll start getting gold in. I've obviously been a bit of a gold. Well, you may or may not know, I've been a bit of a gold hype with my Chief stuff. So yeah, I actually do. Thanks to the old chat, have quite a bit of content to put out with the cards now. So I managed to take a lot of pictures and just upload them to the old chat GBT. So hopefully I might actually start tomorrow today today when this releasing. Check it out. I don't know if it's getting the post to post and pictures out of the cards and a little blurb and do a little write about them and why I chose the card and why they in player and this sort of stuff, because not every card is a big superstar. Some of the rookie autos and stuff like that, and some of the cards guys didn't even play for the Chiefs. They may have been involved in like a preseason thing. Obviously, Fabian Lovett. There's someone else. Is it Imani Bailey? So yeah, and then I don't know if I did actually buy it, but there's cards that from players that sort of in their old uniform potentially have moved teams. Like I think our first Matt Araiza Chiefs auto is in Bills uniform, and then there's someone else I can't think of his name, and he's in, is it Dolphins? I think he's in his Dolphins uniform, and I don't remember him ever gracing the field for the Chiefs. But yeah, and it's always crazy. And then there's obviously the cards of people that, is it Josh? I mean, this year it's just Josh Simmons, pretty sure, that maybe have cards for cheese, but it's in like training gear. Again, not my favourite, but if you have to, I have to. Nick Bolton as well had quite a few rookie stuff and rookie autos in training gear, which is, again, kind of not ideal, but hey ho. But yeah, it's been a nice sort of progression of my personal collection. I went from a stage of just collecting like numbered cheese cards, and it was like numbered cheese cards, and then I went to go to autos, and then I like gold. So there's a good mix of autos, golds, a couple of gold autos, and that sort of stuff. And then I started liking different designs. Did I want to pick up a tie dye this, and did I want to pick up a dragon scale that, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a nice little journey. I've enjoyed it. And again, I say enjoy like past tense because it's now really not been my focus since maybe a month or so ago for the World Cup hype. The World Cup hype have really been bit by that bug. I said the magazine, or the sticker album, the stickers, content I see about it, content I've done about it. Also, I did do some content around the NBA finals as well with the Knicks. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah. Well, I am going to love using these. A bit of a shorter episode today, partly because I'm in 2 minds to get a bit of sleep. I know it's 10:30. Do I get a couple of short eyes for a couple of hours? Wake back up, watch the game. Obviously, this room is going to be delayed. Yeah, or do I just stay up? So that means maybe having like a cup of coffee. And to be fair, I had a late night McDonald's, which, I don't really agree with, but I don't put a stigma to food. So, even though it's not the best food nutritionally for me, it was just nice to order something, relax, put on the Brazil-Norway game, and then go on and do some content. I didn't, and again, I don't think so. I've been getting the Big Mac meal, so I get the cups. I have a Grimace cup, and I did hit a player. And again, filmed content, never released it. Blur of my life. I'm going to release a lot of content. You're probably going to see a lot of content from me in the next month or so, and you're like, why is this guy talking about his Euro 2024 top team? Because I probably did 2 years ago and never released it. And why I'm talking about new products for cards that came out a year and a half ago, it's because I've just got sent over and I just did a video about it. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. You guys are real MVPs. I would hoping to get a few guests on. Again, I still need to get in touch with Beyond the Binder, Ben, and I want to get on Callum from the Recliner, a really cool guest. And there is some Q&As that are sort of building up a little bit, so that'll be fun to get through. I kind of did some of the similar questions every week with the content creator side. I might touch on a few of them that are similar but different, but about that sort of stuff. I suppose to be about cards, people asking about what sort of lens I use, or what sort of memory cards, all this sort of stuff, and do I need a power bank, and do I need like an SSD drive, that sort of stuff. But then there's a lot of stuff about cards, so that are similar. So I'll try and get through one of them soon as well. But I appreciate you guys as always. If anyone goes to a sticker swap, let me know. I know is it the Entertainer or the Works have been doing one. So yeah, I think 4 might have done one as well, which has reminded me as well. Shout out to Findables. I don't actually know what the name is, but they did like a little card show in my local town, and it was just like maybe 15, 20 stalls just lined up in like a supermarket, like a supermall sort of scenario. We had like a Ryman's, there's a Home Bargains, there's a Tesco's, there's like a furniture store, Card Factory, all these sort of little shops there, and they just lined up to maybe 3 or 4 rows of these tables, down one side, down the other side, and in the middle. They definitely had like inflatable. But I was in there when it was starting, so I didn't see everything. But from the stuff they put on socials prior, I think like an inflatable Pikachu. I think they're doing like face painting stuff. Um, but yeah, like really, I think it's really good to have them sort of stuff in that sort of local community. I think it helps grow in between people going through there, young and old, who may have sort of got back into cards, seeing cards for the first time in a long time. Um, so yeah, I think it's find a bliss, find a bliss. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Um, find a bliss. But yeah, yeah. Shout out to them. Oh, it's 11. 11 o'clock. Ah, so I was there at 10. It makes sense why it was like people saying people were there from 10 to up, and it was quite actually lively. Um, but yeah, no shout out to them because I think that's great. They do have a little, again, no disrespect there. I say little, they have like a stall, like a semi shop in like an emporium thing. Which again is in sale. It's like a big shop that has shops inside it, sort of thing, like little, again, little um like stores, I suppose. Inside you can go in, you might see it like printed clothing on one side of the shop, and the other side of the shop might do like custom medals and trophies, and then up of the first floor they might do 3D printed items, that sort of stuff, and then so on and so forth. It looks like Haaland just missed a sitter. I don't know what happened there. Let's have a look. Oh, no fans are cheering. What happened? There we go. This is the 66th minute. People obviously have seen it now. Ooh, wasn't really a sitter, but yeah. But no, shout out to them. That's kind of it's cool for the community in Sale. It's hopefully helps grow the hobby, that sort of stuff. You don't always have to hire some big venue and have X amount of vendors and people. Sometimes you just put it in it's like a market hall. I don't know why it's called a market hall. It's not really a market space, but them sort of places where you've got a lot of football. People constantly going through there. People, it's a very busy place. I hope they continue. I hope they do more. So shout out to them. But yeah, now it's definitely peace because I'm definitely either need to sleep or for the game or decide what I'm doing. Just sleep for good. Sleep for the night or sleep for the game. So take care. Appreciate you guys and peace.